Hello, everyone. Welcome to Community Talk. I'm Steve Kime with the City of Enid, and the gentleman to my right, your left, is Dan Schiedel, the CEO and Executive Director of United Way, and the title goes on. I don't know how you can get the entire title on the business card. It wraps around on the other side. Well, anyway, he's the big dog, if you will, for the United Way, but he can't make it happen unless you participate in the United Way campaign.
That's right.
Dan, welcome to the Enid Television Network studios. It's not like you've been here before.
No,
You have your own office back here where you sleep, so we appreciate you being here.
Well, thanks, and I really appreciate rent-free.
Yeah, anything we can do.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, United Way is a serious topic, but you have to go at it with a joyful attitude of service, if you will.
Right.
And people hear United Way all the time. They see it on NFL football games. They just see United Way. But bring it closer to home, right here in Garfield County. What is it? Who does it involve? And why is it so important?
Sure.
Because we hear a lot about it in the fall.
Well, I think, the United Way has been around since 1934, at least here in Enid and Northwest Oklahoma. And so we serve not only Enid, but all of Northwest Oklahoma. And that includes like 17 counties in total. We've been around since, of course, the mid-30s, and we have grown from, I think the earliest they raised, I think it was around $200,000, and now we're up to $750,000, and I think the most they've ever raised was about 1.2. Well, all that money goes right back into the community to support human service needs. And when I say human service needs, I mean working with partner agencies that target health, education, and financial stability for everybody in our community. And that, again, when I say community, it's Enid and Northwest Oklahoma. So we work with them hand in hand. We do a number of other things. So we can talk more about Coach a Kid and, unity in the community. And we do a Day of Kindness we'll talk about later. But the United Way is really important because we work and our focus is to raise funds for these 16 partner agencies that target these needs in our communities that really help people that are struggling.
You don't have to go through all 16 of those partner agencies, but for somebody that may not be familiar with it, can you give us some examples? When you say partner agencies, what are some of the names?
So you've got the American Red Cross serving Northwest Oklahoma. We've got CDSA. They do diaper drives. They work with early childhood education. Booker T. Washington's after-school program, help with mentoring, tutoring, giving a positive place for kids to go. There's the RSVP, which is a Retired Senior Volunteer Program, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. We've got the YWCA, YMCA, the Garfield County Child Advocacy Center. Human Service Alliance. We work with Hedges Speech and Hearing, Salvation Army. We just have a lot of great agencies that, again, Loaves and Fishes, they just came on this year. But they really do so many great things in our community and help so many people. Over 1 million acts of kindness and service to people just this last year.
With you going down that laundry list of all these agencies, you can really sense the need or hear the need in our community. With our limited time that we have today, let's talk about the campaign. We can talk, we'll try to fit in some of the other topics, but we're in the middle of the 2018-2019 campaign.
We are.
So how's that going, and how's it working, and how can people get involved?
Well, we launched August 15th of this year, and we are right in one of the final months. Of course, we try to wrap things up by the first part of November, but we'll continue to run campaigns in November and December and try and finish things up by the end of the year to raise that $700,000. So currently we are at 40% of gold, which is about $300,000, which is not bad. We're tracking fairly well. So once we hit 50% here, hopefully within this next week, then we can be looking at how much more time is it going to take us to finish out the campaign and hopefully far exceed the $700,000 that we set for ourselves this year.
I've been involved in United Way campaigns in Tulsa and Oklahoma City for many, many years. And when you're familiar with United Way, you understand what campaigns mean. In layman's terms, to a viewer that's watching, they hear the term campaign all the time. But there's a variety of campaigns, and each company can do kind of whatever they want. End result is raise money.
That's the bottom line.
So what are some fun campaigns, examples?
Well, okay, so Grondike Transport, they do a campaign, and they usually they will have all kinds of different competitions. They will have, if you sign up, your name goes into a drawing for an iPad, or it might be a flat screen TV.
Right.
Others participate in the chili cook-off, so they'll have their own, like for instance, Johnson Seed Company. They have their own chili competition in-house,
Right.
and then whoever wins gets to go to the big chili cook-off at the end of October and participate and compete with all the other competitors. And there are a number of others that do those things. Our good friends at OG&E, they do, you participate, you'll get a free steak dinner. And if we have 100% participation, those guys here in Enid, they've been doing it for 9 years straight. I think this is the ninth
Wow,
year that
that's
they've
impressive.
had 100% employee participation. And so, there are different things that people do. They do raffles. They'll do all kinds of different competitions and just have fun.
One thing
raise
that's
money.
popular with the city of Enid is we'll have our group chili cook-off, and then
Right.
we'll select that winner to go to the.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
we do that as well. But one thing that's really popular for us is pay money to wear jeans.
Well,
it can be just as simple as that, and that's popular.
Yeah,
at the
that's
city of
another
Enid.
one I forgot to mention. In fact, somebody was talking about that today. David Martin's out at USA Metals. But I think the whole thing with campaigns in the workplace is really corporate supporting that, and then the employees, because it's 80% of the funding that comes to United Way are from individual employees or individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, 20% comes from corporate foundations and major donors, but really the individuals make up 80% of what we raise. And so the employees can get in on payroll deduction, or if they want to do a one-time
Sure.
gift or fair share. There's just all kinds of ways to do it. So.
In summary, a campaign is an opportunity to have fun, but do some good with having fun and raise some
and
monies.
contribute to the overall goal.
Dan, you're a lot like me. You're always looking for your next meal. So let's talk about chili. I had permission to say that.
What a segue! Oh my God!
So the 31st annual chili cook-off is coming up really soon.
Yeah.
How can people get involved?
Well, okay. So if you want to compete, if you want to get a booth, you're welcome to do so. But I think we only have about 3 booths left.
Okay.
I mean, there are 50 booths.
Better call
so,
today.
Yeah, and I mean, you're talking 50 competitors, 50 different chilies, 200 gallons of chili that hopefully the community will show up and consume. And of course, there's the judging competition of the chili. There's the booth competition of how they decorate their booth. And of course, the booth it's the theme this year is all sports chili. And so if anyone wants to get involved, they just give us a call at 237-0821. Call us at United Way of Enid and let us know if you want to get a booth. They're $50 for each booth, and you have to bring 4 gallons of chili, bring a roaster pan, and then decorate your booth. And everybody just comes out and has a blast. And we'll have cookies and water, and there'll be hot dogs and all kinds of other foods that people associate with chili.
And we hope for cooler weather, because chili and cooler weather always goes
I think it's going
together.
to be there. I think we're going to get there at the end of October.
One thing that I recall about United Way campaigns in Tulsa, that's all across the country, is the Day of Caring. They used to call it Day of Caring, the
Right.
Day of Kindness. What's Day of Kindness all about here in Garfield County?
So this year we moved it to November 5th, because originally the following week I was going to get my knee operated on and get a new knee, but I decided to put that off till next year. That's another story. But anyway, so we moved it to the November 5th, and that's the first Monday in November. We basically go out and we do random acts of kindness. Provide, it might be food for the Loaves and Fishes or the Salvation Army. It might be that we do a random act of kindness bringing donuts to the teachers. Last year we were going to give them to the nursing home residents, but we were afraid they'd go into diabetic shock. So we decided to give them to the teachers instead, because we know they're much healthier, I guess. But anyway, we did that just to say thank you for what they do. And then random acts of kindness, fill somebody's gas tank up at a gas station, or buy somebody that's in line with you at the drive-through, buy their lunch or their dinner or their breakfast, whatever it might be. Pick up somebody's dinner ticket,
Sure.
when you're out having dinner. But just random acts of kindness, and we're really, really hoping that everybody in the community will get involved with that.
And the random acts of kindness can just, there's such a variety
It's
of what
just a
you
kind
mentioned.
word,
But I
Steve.
mentioned, exactly.
Right, yeah.
And I mentioned a group in Tulsa one adopted a particular house,
Mm-hmm.
and 12 people got together and painted it for this single mom.
Right.
So it's just a variety, but it's a great opportunity just to give back. And when you're in the business of giving back, it really means a lot.
Yep.
Well, you've come up with a very creative way to promote the United Way message. You've asked the business community, if you will, if you have a marquee, to just visually put the little sign out, United Way campaign, or give, or just raise the awareness. So what's your message to a business owner who has a marquee? What would you ask of them here on our visit today?
Well, for full disclosure, we have you as our PR chair for our committee, and
you're still wanting to know where I stole the idea.
Your idea came up. Your idea came up, and we used that. And of course, I contacted the chamber, and John Blankenship sent that email out for us. And we're asking anyone that has a marquee to use that short. Get involved with United Way and the phone number sometime in the month of October to help us with our campaign, and then hopefully switch it maybe the week of the chili cook-off to get people to join us at the CMB Center for chili.
Well, Dan, since you talk so slow, we're only halfway through our question. I hate that.
That's okay.
But, there's a signature on your email. It says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." We've got less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
And every time you send an email, there's that signature of that quote. So don't judge the day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant.
I think it's when you think about what you do today, while it's good, you always think about tomorrow. Think about the future. Think about people that are in your life that are yay high.
Yeah.
Think about those of yet to come. Those that we're leaving basically a legacy behind. How do we touch their lives? How are we going to prepare for a better world for them? So I look at, how can we sow good seeds in our community and all that we do in our lives, so that when we are gone, that those seeds continue to grow and there's a greater harvest than what we had started with. So I just love the idea of thinking about the future and the people that are yet to come that we're trying to build a better world for.
Well, for those of you that just kind of got in the last part of our conversation, in summary, here on Community Talk, we're in the middle of the United Way campaign, and it's an opportunity to give back to the community. We encourage you as an organization, your company, whatever group, retirement home, whatever it is, get involved, have fun with it, raise some money. Keep in mind, what's the date for the chili cook-off?
It's last Friday of October 26th.
And you got to call the phone. Which phone number you want to call?
237-0821.
Okay.
237-0821. Just give us a call at United Way in Enid. You bet.
And that's the one.
Yeah.
So campaign is running wide open, and we encourage people to get involved, and the importance of giving back. And Enid is a giving community.
They are. Well, what a generous and compassionate group of people. I've never seen. I've told this to others that I've lived in about 14 different communities in my life, and I've not seen one like this. And I'm just so blessed to be here, and I'm so glad to be a part of the community and give back myself.
In those 14 communities, was it within, 8 years? Is that what it was?
Right. Well, over the last 25 years, I've bounced around a bit.
Dan Schiedel, thank you very much,
so much
for being
Steve.
with us.
Thank you.
The CEO and Executive Director of the United Way. Thanks for watching Community Talk.
Hi, I'm Tree Perkins with Youth and Family Services. We've got a lot of great programming and opportunities to serve your family at Youth and Family Services. Be sure and watch for us on Community Talk to learn about many of these great things that we can help you with.
Hi, and welcome to Community Talk. I'm Julie Nelson, the Community Relations Director for Hospice Circle of Love. We are a not-for-profit organization that's been in the community for 35 years. And today we wanted to tell you about an upcoming event, our fall book sale. And we will use the money from this event to fund our patients that don't have a hospice benefit for or through Medicare or insurance. And with me today, I have one of our volunteers, Jovita Lang. Thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for asking me, Julie.
Yeah.
I always love to come and talk about the book sale. And we have 2 book sales a year, spring and fall. And so this is our fall one. It's going to be October the 12th and 13th. we've kind of changed our hours a little bit. I think we did this maybe in the spring, but on Friday it will be from 9 to 7. So, which is nice because people that
Yes.
work till 5 can come. And then on Saturday it's 9 to 5. And so we're hoping for good weather, but this is mostly inside.
Yes.
We do, if the weather's nice, we do put some tables outside. But if the weather's not, we'll have it all inside, so you're all covered.
Yes.
And so we hope for good weather. Have lots of books. We have one room that we do like westerns, recipe books, and religious books and children's books. And so that's all in one room. So they're all put together where you can just ask, or there's signs out where you can find them. And then the other big room, we have just about everything covered, I think.
Yeah, lots
And-
of fiction,
Yes.
lots of mystery. And of course, we try to put the authors that are most popular together as much as we can. There's probably more in the mystery section that are put together than in the fiction section, but I know authors like Nora Roberts and all of those.
And they're
fiction
easier to
authors are
find that
together.
way. And
Yes.
then we also have the romance books, what do we call them?
Yes, romance novels.
Yes, and so we have those for $5 for a large sack, as many as you can get in a sack. And so those go over very well. I think mostly Harlequins or, but sometimes, and probably this time also, we have puzzles.
Yes.
Sometimes we have CDs.
Audiobooks.
Audiobooks. So we're pretty well covered for just about anything you want. Self-help. I'm just thinking,
Let's see, fantasy. And then, of course, the self-help goes along with a lot of other nonfiction books that'll be next to those on the tables, like history and war, true stories, biographies, craft magazines, all those kinds of
so,
things.
and then we encourage people also to bring books.
Yes.
I mean, we have a lot of people that bring books all year long, but if you want to come to the sale and you haven't brought your books yet, you can bring your books and we'll have a place for those, and then we'll be putting those out. They'll be sorted and put out in the correct places, and then you can get the books you want. And our books are extremely reasonable. They're 50
Yes.
cents for the paperbacks and $1 for the hardbacks. And it doesn't matter what size it is. If it's a huge book, we've had quite a few coffee table books,
Yes.
which are large, and those are $1, just like
Yeah.
just like any other hardback book. So that's covered. We always have plenty of help.
Yes.
And something else, we're going to have our refreshments, and these are baked goods, and these will be in little plastic bags and those are by donation. So
Right.
you know, if you want to donate something, you can pick something out of there and give a donation. We have sacks for all of our books,
Yes.
so that's taken care of. We will help you out to your car if you need help. A lot of people bring their own bags,
Yes.
which is nice too, but we do have bags. And then I think we always have coffee down there.
Yes, we're going to have free coffee. Everyone can have a
Yeah.
cup of coffee, and we'll have free bookmarks
Oh,
that
right.
everyone can get
Right.
at the pay
Yeah.
table.
That's always nice, and they're always thrilled to get that. And we usually have a big crowd, like
Yes.
waiting for us to open the doors.
Yes.
And so we'll take the tables. We'll put those tables out early that morning and have them out if the weather's good. And then a lot of people can choose their books while they're waiting for the doors to open.
Right.
You know, and but then there's a steady crowd all day long. Some people take their lunch hours
Yes.
and come to get a sack of books, and so we're just thrilled to do it. You know, I've been a hospice volunteer now for about 22 years, and so how long's the book sale been going on?
30 years.
30
Can you
years.
believe that?
Yes, that's a long time, and it's just so successful. I mean,
Yes.
and that money is so well used for people that can't afford
That's right.
hospice, that need it. And hospice is such a wonderful thing that people can end their life at home
Mm-hmm.
in the privacy of their own home, and they have nurses, they have aides, we have all kinds of
The
help for them.
volunteers, the social worker, pet and music therapy, the chaplain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The chaplains, which are very nice. They're just nice to work with. They're nice to be around. my mother had hospice, and my father didn't qualify, but they kind of looked after him too when he was there with her. And my husband had hospice. And so most of these people, almost all of them, have had someone in their family they've lost.
Right.
And so they're just so compassionate, and they're so sweet to work with, and just a joy to be around. So,
Yeah.
and Julie does a lot of work for the volunteers. She keeps us all lined out, which we appreciate. We
Well,
do
thank you.
appreciate that. So,
Well, and some of the other things that hospice provides for families that people who haven't been touched by it might not know are things like the medications, the medical equipment, the medical supplies. Our bereavement program is very important.
yes, it is. And you know, you don't have to have someone in hospice to qualify for that. So
Yes.
if you've lost someone, and it's quite an adjustment, I can tell you. So they have the bereavement program, which is, I've taken that, which is really nice. And then you are in with those people that you really have something in common with, you know.
Right.
And it's quite a process. And so they give you information, you know, and then you're able, I mean, it's kind of like a therapy session,
and
really.
it really helps to know there are other people out there that are going through the same kinds of things.
Exactly. I just can't say enough good about hospice for the things that they do. And this building that we have this in, we do keep our medical supplies in
Yes.
there and all. But we just push those to the side and have our book sale, and which works out very, very good. So we encourage everybody to come and get a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not just old books either.
No.
We've sorted through and thrown out a lot of books that we didn't think maybe, you know, people would be interested in, and we have some very current books
Yes.
too, that not older books, current books.
Yes.
So I think you could find something, kind of recipe books are my thing that I love. I have to really be careful. Have lots of those.
Yes. Well, everybody kind of has their thing, their category, and their authors that they particularly like. And I've had people come to the sale and they'll say, "Oh my goodness, I've been looking for this book," and then they'll get it at the book sale for 50 cents or $1, and they're just thrilled. It's
Well, you see a
nice.
lot of people that have a list with them.
Yes.
And
That
so
too.
they're checking this off, you know, books that they've already read, which is a really good idea.
Yeah.
You know, because people that read a lot, I'm just surprised at the people that read so much, you know. I mean, I'm thinking, I wished I had more time to do that, but, so I do have sacks of books that I'm going to read.
Well, good.
I'm going to read.
And, you know, when I was getting ready to do our last newsletter, I was looking up benefits of reading. And there are a lot. You know, everything from improving your intelligence to your vocabulary to your analytical thinking to your concentration. So reading's a great thing.
It is. And, you know, with all the modern things we have now, the books are still, we still sell a lot of books. It's just unbelievable, the thousands and thousands of
Oh,
books that we
yes.
have.
You know, I don't think there's a day that goes by during the week when our office is open that somebody doesn't bring a bag of books.
Yeah. Now, you can bring books Monday through Friday from
8:30 to 5.
8:30 to 5, and you just drop those off, and you can go under the awning there and park and just set them inside the door there.
Yeah, and if they have a large amount of books, what we have them do sometimes is drive over to our north building and just unload them over there, and that way we don't have to carry them
Because
over there
we have
later.
people all year long that sort those books,
Yes.
that keep them in order, and so
Wonderful volunteers.
yes, yep, we do, and they're fun to work with too. And we've gotten some new volunteers, I think. and
Yep.
So that's always nice, and we encourage not only women to volunteer, but we have men volunteers too that
Definitely.
really do a lot of work, and
And we have male patients who would prefer to have a man come and visit them.
Yes. So if you are a patient, you can request a volunteer to come, and that you can be read to them. I've had patients that I've read to that just wanted to visit, or maybe read the Bible to. It's
Sure.
whatever they request.
And then
is
if
what
they're
we
in
try
their
to
home,
do.
it's a really great benefit for the family member to provide
Yes.
that respite for them so they can get out and run errands or whatever they need to do.
Yes, yes, that works out great. And so we just encourage people to come to the book sale.
Yes.
We're going to be ready, and we need customers.
That's right. Come one, come all.
Exactly.
And another thing I like to mention is you can come more than once, because not only are there so many books that it's hard to see them all during your first pass, we will put new books out throughout the sale as people bring them in, or maybe
Yeah.
we don't have room initially to get them all out.
Yeah, yeah. We it's just unbelievable how many books we have, and all the categories that we have. You know, that seems like there's always something for someone.
Oh, yeah.
Gobs of children's books, and
Yes.
those are really, really nice. And religious books, we do have Bibles
Yes.
too. And
Religious fiction, that's very popular.
yes, that is really popular. And and westerns, I see
Yes.
westerns are pretty popular too.
They really
and I think
are.
those are categorized for in alphabetical or
Yes,
something. So
by
if
author.
you're looking for a certain author, then you can just look up that person's last name and you'll know where to look. So it's it works well. It's worked well for 30 years.
Yeah.
So we hope for this to go on.
Yeah. And we definitely appreciate the community support in that endeavor.
Yes, we do. We really do. And you can come, we have people that come from out of town.
Yeah.
You know, I have people saying, when's the book sale? When's the book
Yep.
sale? You know, because they're really looking.
They
But
know it's
50
getting
cents
time.
and $1 is
Right.
just so reasonable. And there'll be an ad in the paper, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
for the book sale. But again, it's October 12th and 13th.
Yes.
That's on a Friday and a Saturday.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure about the ball games that day, but there won't be ball games on Friday during the day, so
Right.
they can come during the day, and then
Come
they can
in.
come after they get off work if they work till 5.
Yeah.
So that, that works well. And we're hoping for good weather.
Yeah, I hope so.
We
We'll
hope,
see.
but
But even if it's not good, we'll be there.
We will be there.
Yes.
It's been very cold at times
Yes.
and very warm at times, but we're there.
We're there.
We're there. Plenty of volunteers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Once again, that book sale is going to be on the 13th from 9 to 7, and on the 12th from 9 to 7, and on the 13th from 9 to 5. And our location is 314 South 3rd in Enid. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Clifford Porter of the Booker T. Washington Community Center, located at 800 South 5th Street. Please come out and visit us in some of our programs, and please watch for us on Community Talk.
Hello, my name's Janet Cordell, and I'm here today with American Red Cross and have my sidekick, Harry Hammonds. We're kind of the face of Red Cross here in Enid. We talked to you a month or so ago about just Red Cross in general, but today we're going to talk about a specific project that we got coming up in a week or so. What's the name of our project, Harry?
The name of the project is Sound the Alarm.
And where does that come from?
Well, that's Sound the Alarm is basically has to do with smoke detectors. We're going to be installing smoke detectors into homes on October 13th, and they're absolutely free to everybody, anybody that needs them, and so.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but just kind of want to think back and talk about some of the, we're not going to go into statistics a lot, but the program started in 2014 because we wanted to help save lives. And one of the things that we began to see as we responded to fires, because that's what we in Red Cross do, is that a large number of the people either didn't have smoke alarms or didn't have working smoke alarms. And even if you have one, if it doesn't work, if the kids have taken the battery out for the battery's dead, or the kids have taken the battery out for their electronics, doesn't do you much good. I think one of the statistics that they told us about was every day 7 people are killed and 36 people suffer injuries as a result of home fires. Hitting a little closer to home, I'm the state nurse lead for disaster health services in Oklahoma, and in January of 2018, we had more what we call single-family fires. Now, that includes multifamily fires like apartments and stuff, but it's not a big commercial thing. It's where individual people are impacted. And we had more fires than we have had in years. And we had more fatalities from those fires in the state of Oklahoma than we had all of last year. So it's really important that we get this done. And there's a couple of really neat things about these fire smoke alarms that we're going to put in. You want to tell about what they are?
We're going to be putting in free smoke alarms. They're on a 10-year guarantee. There's they don't have, when the 10 years is up, they just replace the smoke alarm.
The whole thing.
The whole
right,
thing.
Right.
It's I'm not sure, lithium
or something, but
some kind of
the bottom line is you don't have to worry putting, we used to say you put your batteries in, change your batteries at a certain, when the clock changes or when you go from standard time to, anyway, you don't have to worry about that anymore. It's just 10 years, and that's a good long time.
Yes.
Yeah. So a little bit about the event itself. We are co-opting with, of course, the Enid Fire Department. We have a couple of other sponsors locally, United Way, OG&E, and we're going to get together as a group at the Nonprofit Center, as Harry said, on Saturday morning, October the 13th. And we will be out installing smoke alarms between 9:30 or 10 and noon or so. It's real important that you get this done. And we can install it in anybody's house. There are no income limits. Don't have to worry about that. If you rent a house and your landlord has not provided one, by all means, we will install it for you. So it's very important that you get this done. There is a number, and I don't have it right here. Do you know the number?
405-355-9827. That is if you want to just call that number, set up an appointment, and they will get you set up. It's 405-355-9827.
And the important thing is that you let us know your name, and then we can get it down. Now, are we going to be able to put them all in on the 13th? We don't know. And maybe we won't have enough volunteers. I think we will. But maybe you won't be home, or maybe it won't be, so it won't be, easy for you to get it done that day. Go ahead and call in, give us your name and phone number and your address. And we're hoping to do some other events, probably not on this big a scale, but this, we're really trying to get the whole city covered.
I think one thing that people don't understand is the smoke alarms, we put them in any time of the year, and they're free of charge. I mean, they don't have to do it on the 13th. Anytime that they feel like they need a smoke alarm, they can just come and call the Red Cross and schedule an appointment, and one of us or somebody will be there to install that.
But if you get your name in now and you can't do it on the 13th, we'll at least start a list of people.
Yes.
You were telling me something you heard on the news this morning, Harry, about space heaters.
Oh, yeah. This morning they had was said, winter's coming up, and space heaters are one of the most deadliest things that can happen to a home, especially with these older homes with poor wiring and everything. Because last year, I don't know how many fires we went to. It was because they plugged in space heaters and the wiring in the house was not up to standards,
or there was something near the space heater or something.
You're right.
Yeah, poor wiring in space heaters, I would say. Certainly, because of my position, I do have contact with most all of the families of the fatalities in the state of Oklahoma, and I will tell you that a large number of those were caused from space heaters. And it's a tragedy. It really is. But now's a great time to do, and that's kind of why we chose this. We chose this date because the week before that is Fire Prevention Week. And so we thought this would be a good culmination of that. And also the time of the year, it's getting toward winter, and because people would be, although we've had a lot of fires this summer, it seems like, single family fires, but certainly the winter months are generally the most.
Yeah, single family fires is our the Red Cross's biggest disaster
Yes,
of the year.
yes,
You know,
yes.
it outnumbers all the hurricanes and tornadoes and
right.
everything like that. So
That's right.
It's
And I know just in the past few weeks, I'm sure some of y'all have seen it on the state news. We had, within the space of a week, there was a large apartment fire in Shawnee, a really big one in Tulsa, and a not so big one in Stillwater. And those are people that are displaced and that don't have anything. And the Red Cross helps them initially and then financially and then helps to get them plugged into services.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is let's prevent that loss of stuff and loss of lives by installing smoke alarms, certainly.
Yeah, and like, we'll put it in rental property, in apartments or apartment complexes, single-family
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah, if your landlord doesn't provide one, and you really don't, we're not going to do anything damaging, so you really don't need permission. But if you feel like you need to get permission from your landlord, certainly do that. But we'll be glad to put it in wherever. So, again, it's important for us to get your name and your phone number. If you will call the number,
405-355-9827.
and you also can enroll online, but not as many people want to do that. They'd rather call. And if you call and give your name and phone number, even if no one answers, if an answering machine picks up, leave your name and phone number, and then someone from the Red Cross will call you back and get you set up for a time. Other things that we want to start thinking about, and then we'll go back to this, is we've got a couple of other projects, and the one that we do on an ongoing basis, I think maybe we mentioned it a little bit last time, is one called the Pillowcase Project. And again, that's a prevention thing. That's where, well, kind of a prevention. That's where we go into the schools, and we've been really had some wonderful volunteers. A lot of the Vance Air Force people have helped us with that. And go into I think it's 3rd and 4th grade classes, or 4th and 5th.
3rd, 4th, and 5th
3rd,
grade.
4th, and 5th. And go into the classes, and I think we've covered all of the schools in Garfield County and a lot of them on further out into the Panhandle. And you basically talk to the kids about, if you had a fire in your home, what would you, or an emergency, a disaster, what would you do? And the idea behind the Pillowcase Project is we partnership with Disney, and they provide a pillowcase with some drawings on it, and the kids are able to color in that. And then whoever does the presentation talks to them about things that you would need. Let's say a tornado was coming and you were going to the storm shelter with your parents. What would you need? Well, a flashlight. Some of them, we have those aluminum blanket things, a bottle of water, all of those, different things that you might want to put in. And it's in a pillowcase, so it goes under your bed. So when something happens, you grab your pillowcase and go. And I can't remember if I shared this story last time, but my grandson, who wants to be in the military, was very impressed because some of the Vance Air Force Base guys came in uniform and did the Pillowcase Project. And his mother said, I picked him up at school, and he was just thrilled to death. And so then he went home that night, and his mom said he was going around the house looking for stuff, and he wanted to find some more bottles of water. And his mother said, but you've got a bottle of water in your pillowcase. And he said, but Mom, there's 4 of us. We need water for everybody. So he was playing an ad, and I thought that was a great idea. Well, we're kind of getting ready to wind down our time here, and so let's segue back to Sound the Alarm. Again, it's a wonderful, wonderful project, and we want as many people to take advantage of it as they can. And again, it's going to help us save lives, and that's what we're all about, is saving those lives. It may not prevent the fire, but it certainly could prevent the fire from getting larger, and certainly from having fatalities. The other issue that also you might need to know is, if you have people who are deaf, who are hearing impaired, they are able to to get the bed shakers. Now, I don't know if we'll have any on Saturday, the 13th, but if you need a bed shaker, you might indicate that when you call in and leave your name. And that way they'll maybe have it there that day. That doesn't mean we won't be putting it in, but we may or may not put it in on that day. But they are available. And again, these are nice smoke alarms. I mean, 10 years, that's a long, long time for them to last. So Harry, as we get ready to close, what do you have to say? I've been doing most of the talking.
Well, I was just going to say,
which is the usual thing.
I was going to just say, if you have groups that would like to volunteer for this, we're going to meet at the Nonprofit Center at 114 South Independence on Saturday around 8:30. We'll have a short training for those volunteers, and then we will go out into the community
And if they're interested in volunteering, they can call that same number.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can call that same number.
And the number again.
405-355-9827.
I'm glad I had Harry today to remind us of that. Again, thank you for joining us today. And we're with the American Red Cross, and you can call that same number if you have any questions about the American Red Cross. Our office, by the way, is in the Nonprofit Center downtown. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carrie Sanders, the director at Loaves and Fishes of Northwest Oklahoma, a client choice food pantry where our mission is fighting hunger, feeding hope through healthy food choices. Watch for us on Community Talk.
Hello everyone, welcome to Community Talk. My name's Natalie Beurlot and this is Jenny Grittman. We are both second years at the Junior Welfare League and we are co-chairing the Charity Gala together. So we are here to talk to you about the Junior Welfare League and our Charity Gala this year, and so we're just really excited to talk about it. So Jenny, would you tell us a little bit about Junior Welfare League and what we do?
Absolutely. So Junior Welfare League is a charitable organization that was founded during the Great Depression. Since the 1930s, JWL has focused on identifying needs within our community and then, really supporting those lives within our community through the giving of our time and also our finances. JWL's legacy that was created by over 700 women that we've come to be known for are numerous programs such as our Charity Gala, and then also our consignment store return engagement downtown here in Enid. Through our 86-year history, we've redirected nearly $3 million back into the community and have provided countless hours of community service through the different organizations that we volunteer through. One of our most significant fundraisers throughout the year is the JWL Charity Gala. This project that we put on allows us to contribute to many other nonprofits within Enid. And due to the kindness of the local organizations and individuals in our community, we've been able to give back over $400,000 to all these nonprofits since 2004. So it's a pretty big project and it's pretty fun to put on. It's a fun night. So I want to ask you tell us a little bit more just about the event this year.
Sure. Well, the cool thing about this year's event is it's our 15th year. So this is our 15th year of putting on Gala, and we're super excited about that. That's kind of a huge accomplishment. So for the 15th year, we decided to go with the theme, An Evening at Moulin Rouge. So it kind of has the ruby feel, and I believe you're the one who brought it up. 15 years of marriage is signified by a ruby. So that's really cool. So we decided to go with Moulin Rouge. The date of that is December 8th of this year at 7 p.m. at the Central National Bank Center Arena. Last year we did the arena for the first time and it went over really, really well. So we decided just to do it in there again. We had close to 400 people, so it really, was able to hold all of them and have fun at the same time. So here's a little bit of information about what this year is going to hold. Tickets are unlimited, so anybody can come. And with every ticket, you will get a full meal. That full meal will be Parisian style cuisine, and if If you don't like that, then we'll have other food available. And I think we've discussed bringing out pizza for a late night snack.
yes.
So that'll be a lot of fun. So besides that, we are working with Mood Party Rentals out of Oklahoma City and Enid Floral here in Enid. And they're helping us with the decor. It's going to be very red, elegant feel, pearls, feathers, you know, all of that fun stuff. So speaking of pearls and feathers, we are going to have the Oklahoma Showgirls there. So they will be there to do cabaret dancing, do some can-can, kind of atmosphere, take pictures with everybody, help with the auction. So we're super excited about them. They'll be dressed up and it'll be a lot of fun. So besides that, our live music, which is fun every year, we decided to go with the Big Daddy Band. So the Big Daddy Band is out of Dallas, and they're back again. They were here 2 years ago for the Big Top Carnival charity gala, and we got a really good response from them, so we decided to go forward and have them back.
Cool.
One of our new additions is Mirror Me Photo Booth. So Mirror Me Photo Booth is going to be there, so everybody, your friends, your family, whoever you bring, you can take fun party pictures. They'll have cool dress-up items, feathers, pearls, all of that. But Dawn Muncie will still be there. She's going to be taking the regular fancy memorabilia pictures that you can take home with you that everybody really enjoys. So we'll have both of those options, and we're really excited about that.
Awesome.
So, we have a new auctioneer this year. His name is Rick Miller. He is out of Tulsa, and he owns Fund Your Org, and he's really good with charity galas. He's familiar with that, and he really makes the auction fun, and everybody gets excited about it. So speaking of our auction, we have a lot of fun items already. We have trips and sports memorabilia, and as well as some unique experiences. So we're really excited about our auction, and our auction is actually sponsored by Enid, or Edward Jones. So they sponsor our silent and live auction, so that's a lot of fun. One of the newer, it's not new, but we've decided to improve, is our lounge area. So in the past, we've had lounges. They've all been separated by pipe and draping, but this year we decided to go forward and kind of make it more of an open lounge area, more VIP exclusive. The whole area will be opened to where you can mingle with other lounge guests. There'll be a private bar, there'll be bottle service. You'll really feel exclusive and dressed to the nines and all of that. So we're super excited about that. Along with that, we're also bringing back Bidder, our efficient mobile bidding system. So you can, you know, get on your phone, text to place a bid. It'll give you a text if someone has outbid you. We'll even be able to open that up a couple days before the actual event. So that should be a really fun advantage of Bidder, which we used last year, and it went really well. So we can even see the real time how much we have raised that night. So that'll be
Awesome.
a lot of fun.
Bidder
So-
also helps make the check-in and check-out process smooth.
Oh, yes.
So the check-ins, you know, there's hardly a line to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Makes the checkout process really quick if you're ready to grab your item and head on home after the evening. So
As long as you register on Bidder beforehand, all you have to do is scan your ticket and pop right in. It's that easy. So
Perfect.
and
Cool.
checkout is just as easy. But speaking of, yes, we throw a really good party, we have fun, but this is what the Charity Gala is really all about, is to give back money to our beneficiaries. And every year we choose new beneficiaries, and Jenny, would you tell us a little bit about those beneficiaries this year?
Yep, absolutely. So every year we kind of have a little bit of a different focus with the beneficiaries. And this year, with all the struggles that the teachers are going through, we really wanted to focus on education.
Definitely.
So we all know about the teacher strike that happened earlier this year, and we're just really wanting to give back and help them in any way we can. There's many deserving nonprofit organizations within Enid, but we're really excited to give to one that we haven't done before in the past, and focus on education. So this year, the three beneficiaries are Enid Public School Foundation. Their grant is to use the money to focus on the STEM project, so science, technology, engineering, and math. It's going to fund durable supplies for the science classes, and then also provide Chromebooks and equipment that's going to be needed for that, to further education.
That's kind of a big deal. This day and age, STEM is kind of a huge. We really need some more students and some more,
They really push
adults
STEM.
that are growing up to start learning that. So I'm really excited that they're needing that, and we can help fund that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Another beneficiary is the Chisholm Public School Foundation. So their grant is going to be used to supply 25 Dell Chromebooks with software and a mobile charging cart, and their focus is going to be more on math and Spanish. So when we had met with Chisholm, they had mentioned that with this software and this programming, that the Spanish teacher can actually record sessions, the students can record sessions, and then send them back to the teacher so the teacher can say, okay, we need to work on this pronunciation,
Cool.
or we need to, focus on this dialect a little bit more. So
That's really neat. I remember we didn't really have that back
no,
in our-
absolutely. It'll be a very cool thing to
No, so
have versus
that's-
sitting in class really nervous, making sure you're trying to pronounce something
right.
correct.
Exactly.
And our final beneficiary is the Garber Public School. What they are trying to do is start a foundation, kind of similar to what these other schools already have. What they would like to do with this startup of the foundation is to have each teacher apply for a different grant, something that they're specifically needing within their classroom that kind of goes above and beyond just crayons and pencils and pens and paper. So it's going to have, that unique focus for each individual teacher. They're really hoping to be able to fund this for the next 10 years
Wow.
through Junior Welfare League. So we would love, love, love that opportunity to be able to provide that for them and
Definitely.
give so many teachers an opportunity to get the supplies and the education materials that they need for their kids in their classroom.
Yes, definitely. We would love to do that.
So in order for all of this to be possible, we need sponsors.
Yes.
So now, why don't you tell us a little bit about how people can participate?
Okay. Well, right now we're still looking for a title sponsor. So if any of you all are interested in being a title sponsor, it comes with a lot of perks and benefits. We would love to come and talk to you. We will come to your business, your home, whatever. I know that Ryan has talked about that on here before. She is our sponsorship chair. So Jenny and I and Ryan will come out and talk to you about that sponsorship if you're interested, but we do have a wide variety of other sponsorship opportunities, including just regular sponsorships to ads, to auction item donations, tickets, tables and lounges as well. So if you're interested in a table, they are $800 and they seat 8 people. We also have just our regular tickets that are $85 a piece. We have our single lounge sponsor that it holds 6 guests and it's $1,500. And then our double lounge that holds 12 guests, that's $2,000. And then advertising just starts at $75, which we have a lot of people coming to our event, so it's quite a big rate of people who will see your ads if you're interested in that. Our current sponsors right now that we want to mention are Hanor, P&K, Mirror Me Photo Booth, Brown, Uthier and Carruthers, Henson Construction, St. Mary's, Edward Jones, Central National Bank, Bank of Oklahoma, Eagle Marketing, Bruckner Truck Sales, Dillingham Insurance, and Hammer Williams Broadcasting. So if you're interested in tickets, tables, lounges, any of that, you can go to bit.ly/JWL Gala 2018. Again, that's bit.ly/JWL Gala 2018. That will take you right to the ticketing website to get your tables, your tickets, your lounges. And if you'd rather not pay online, we'll take check too, and you won't have to be charged a fee. So there's that. And then if you're interested in corporate sponsorships or would just like to talk to us and see, what's available, need more information, you can contact Jenny and I at enidjwlgala@gmail.com. So again, you can also follow us on Facebook, and it's at facebook.com/JWLGala. That'll have lots of pictures from previous years if you're interested in what that looked like, and all kinds of information. We kind of try to keep it up to date with, when it gets a little closer, we'll show auction items and all of that. So don't forget bit.ly/JWL Gala 2018 to get your tickets. So I think that's about all we have, Jenny. You have anything else you want to say?
Thanks again to all our sponsors who have already contributed. We really appreciate it. It's going to be an awesome year.
Yes, we can't
We're really
wait.
excited for December 8th, 2018 at 7 o'clock at the Central National Bank Center.
So, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tricia Mitchell, Executive Director with the For Our Kids Foundation, whose mission is to provide support to children and adults with disabilities. Please look for us on Community Talk.